Hey guys, I'm Squid and welcome to one of my commentaries. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to use After Effects 6, CS6, and for the tutorial I'm going to use these three clips. Thank you to Oath Messi for this beautiful background. So let me get started. After Effects. This is basically for kind of dummies. This is a slow tutorial. It's going to teach you how to use everything. So right here, over here, if you've never been in After Effects and you just downloaded it, this is your projects bar. Right here, you put in your project. So you double click desktop, and you would go to my folder, which would be for tut, and you just do that. You just highlight all of them and open. So once you have all these in your project, you can now put them into your composition, which your composition is right here. So just select one of them. I'm gonna select. These are Vistafice, because I did a edit for them. This is it. We're gonna put it on full quality to show it how it is. Just a little bit, not the screen. All right, this is your clip right here. This is your clip. So you have your clip here. Basically, if you since I just accidentally speed it up, you drag your clip into the middle, or you can drag it into new composition, which is right here. Once you got right here, you have your clip. So right here's your clip, and right now I'm going to teach you how to keyframe right quick. So keyframing is hard for everyone that doesn't know how to do it, and hopefully you guys can pick it up easily. But before we get into that, because I don't want to rush you too much, right here you have your first frame. So it goes all the way to your first frame. So say we drag out the little timeline bar all the way out right there, where he gets a hit marker with a shock charge or whatever. You click there, and it takes you back to the first frame, and then you have next frame, and then you have last frame. The play button right here, I do not use it, even though it does play your clip. I do not use that. I use right here, which is called pre-render or pre-ram, whatever you want to call it. You just see the guy hit the trick shot. Pre-ram right here plays it with sound, so that's why I use it. Because once you're editing, you need to hear the gun sounds and stuff, hear the music, so you can sync your shots. So you got that right there. And right now I'm going to teach you how to use a simple effect called Real Smart Motion Blur, and all you do is really throw it on there. It's in the download in the description. So RSMB. So you grab it, you take your effect, you can drag it onto there, but I drag it straight onto the clip just in case you're using black bars, which I'll teach you how to use those in a little bit. I normally put the settings to 0.6. Once you have it to 0.6 and you have the motion sensitivity wherever you want it, however you want it, it'll put a little blur to it. So I'm going to actually use the play button so you can actually see it without the sound. Basically what it does, it affects everything except for when this weapon is still, like right now. It doesn't affect that, and it doesn't affect the map at all. As you can see, it moves everything else in destruction. It looks really cool. And you don't have to keyframe this at all unless you want to. I want to show you how to keyframe with it, just because I can show you how to keyframe while having this. So once we have that, I'll wait till that gets done. Also, this is your work area. That was pretty funny. This is your work area, so just drag your work area over to the beginning of where you just played that at. Right quick, click pre-render and click it again. So it actually looks pretty cool. You can see. Alright, that's enough. Alright, but it looks actually really awesome. You have that looking so cool. So say you just wanted it to do it while you were spinning. So go as soon as you start to spin, which is right about here. You keyframe this at blur amount 0. You keyframe it right here. You see the little timer. You press that, and you go over one frame or two. I just go over one frame, and you click it again. So since you start doing it right here, you keyframe this up to 0.60, and it hits it right with the effect. and say you want to stop it as soon as he shoots. So he shoots right there. Perfect. He shoots right there. So then go back up here and reset that to 0. So now let's pre-render, and I'll get back. I'll show you what I mean when we get done with this. But anyway, while this is loading, I just want to talk about how Oath, the clan I'm leading, and the clan I'm in is Fame. I'm just going to say that Oath's really doing well. We will have our team Taj out and our RC at 2K. Fame, love you guys. We just got out of our team Taj. Luckily, I was in it in 2 clips. And other than that, I'm glad to be leading Oath and be in Fame. So watch this right quick. You see it how it has it, but it goes off as soon. I don't want to do it slow, man. So it's blur, and then it goes clear right there. You really can't see the blur. You kind of can, but it's on 0.50, and that's why. Or 0.40. All right. Well, I'm just going to do this. Well, under here, under your bill, which is the clip I'm using, you have this little arrow. You press that. You click right under effects, and then bang, real smart motion blur. You click below that, and it has the amount blur. So I'm going to actually delete all the keyframes I made. So there's no more keyframes. It's just on at 50.59. So let's bring it up to 0.60. Alright, we have 0.60 on. So as we said, we want to keyframe. So keyframe. You have it on. So it's going to go blur, blur, blur. And right here, like we said, right when you shoot, you want it to come off. So right here, the frame right before it, you would go right here, and you see this button, it keyframes it at the same rate. So through here, it's the same 0.60. If you don't do that, it's going to gradually go down like a fade effect. I'll show you what I mean after this. So right here, 1 frame over, you keyframe it by changing the rate down to 0. It automatically keyframes it to perfect. So I'm going to show you what I mean. So you have perfect 0.60. As soon as he shoots, perfect. Alright, we have that. Now I'm going to show you what I mean if we don't have real smart motion blur, and I'm going to show you with the occupation. So you have real smart motion blur at 100%, which would be 0.60. It would be fully on. If you were to set this down to 0, you can't see it at all, right? But you gradually see it come back. Once I drag this, you see it disappear, right? That's exactly what it does with the effect. So just leave this. I wouldn't even mess with occupation unless you're doing a transition. So leave that at 100. And I'm going to teach you one more thing today, which is Twitch. So type in your toolbar Twitch. It'll be in the download description, so you have to download it. So you just start Twitch on there. You go right to where you want it to twitch. So I do it right when the kid shoots. So he shoots right there. You twitch. You set the amount. You set the speed. You got a keyframe. I'm keyframing. I just keyframe 2 things. And you go down to enable, and this is where you enable the stuff. I enable blur. Just enable everything. It looks the best when you enable everything, and you only let it happen for about right there. I'm trying to get it to where it's till the end. There we go. So this keyframe right. Alright, right here. Right here, you would go down here to effects, Twitch, not Twixter, my bad. If I said Twixter, I apologize. You keyframe it, and you go over 1, and you keyframe it at 0. So 0 and 0. So let me pre-render this again right quick. Oh snap, I'm half retarded. But anyway, go back over here, put it back to 0, and 0. Half retarded, like I said. I'm pretty retarded. These are your keyframes. You can drag them. It's really easy. And make sure when you go right before it's at fully at 100, you go right here and you make sure it's also at 0. So we're not stupid like me. And you actually have the Twixter right to where it only does crazy stuff on the shot, you know. Don't be stupid like me. Alright. Well, I'm going to actually show you what it looks like. So it just adds a weird effect, honestly. I think it's really awkward, like, ugh. But it looks good when you're doing a hardcore edit, like you're doing all out screen pumps and stuff. So now I want to teach you what Twixter is. So I'm actually going to use a whole different let's redo that because that was bad. Let's just drag it down here. Bang, so easy. All right, so you got your clip here, and I'm gonna do it right on the reload because I think that looks the sickest. So you got your clip right here. This is actually a really nice shot. Non-setup, bang, headshot to the wall. I'm just kidding. He hits the kid right there. Alright, so he reloads. I don't know why I just did that. He reloads right there. So you get to where he reloads. And this is also in the description, Twixter. One of the best freaking awesomest things you can ever download. You just start right there on that bar. Change the frame rate to 59.94. That depends on your clip. If your clip's 30 frames per second, change it to 30 frames, but mine is high quality, really nice quality. So what you do now, you keyframe this at, you see speed 100, you keyframe it, you go over one side, I'm going to go over 3. So 3 slides, you see right here that the clip is coming out at 3, but once you change the speed to about 8 and click enter, as you can see it went back in. But guys, don't do that. Don't do what I just did. Because I'm a retard, like I said. You go back to Twixter. You go 3 back. Make sure you split the clip. This is my first tutorial on this. You split the clip. So Control Shift D. Oh, what is this? Control Z. Control Z. When you never know what you're doing, Control Z. What is this? What is this? No. That is not cool. Control Z all of it. Like I said, if you don't know what you're doing with this, with Control Shift D, alright. I'm just going to split the old fashioned way. Split clip right here. Shit. Nah, I don't even know how to do this. Split. I know this is bad, guys. I'm sorry about this. Maybe if I can just effects. No, I'm just going to go up to here where I used to go to. Edit, and you go to split layer, Control Shift D, which I did. You do that, and you select your Twixter. You throw it on there, and you 59.94. Sorry about that. Nah, I felt retarded. Go over 3 frames, and click 8, and bang. So the clip's back in there, and it's a slow motion. Let the clip fly out. It looks really smooth. So right now, I'm just going to let it pre-render, and I'm going to apologize for that horribly awful mistake. That was Camtasia, the software I use. The software I use is Camtasia to record my stuff, and I didn't know that they had a setting. If you press Control Shift D, it would highlight stuff for you. So I completely apologize for that. But I can just do everything the old-fashioned way. Let me see how long I've been recording for. 14 minutes is a pretty good episode. Well, I'm going to end it right here as soon as this gets done. Bang, look how smooth that looks. Alright, so it plays, the kid, bang, and slow. Bang. Alright, before I go, I'm going to teach you one more quick thing. Right when he shoots, if you do not want to use the game volume, make sure you download a pack that has the game volume in it. So turn off the volume right here. You have 2 buttons. You just click right there. It turns off the volume. So then I'll go to my desktop and type in gun sounds, which it should be like right there. Gun sounds, Black Ops 2, and Sniper, DSR. Yep, you would open that up, and actually you can zoom in. This is on your timeline. It zooms into the exact frame you're on. This is exactly where he shoots. You just drag it right there, and you see it's perfect in line on there. So that's your gun sound, and you're reloading everything. So it's awesome. It's easy, just like that. So you got this kid, and boom, the gun sound. That's perfect. If you wanna tinker with it, you can tinker with it. You can go down to gun sound, and you can go down to audio and wave levels, keep it at that, and then go over like 3 frames, like right here, and put it all the way down to -48, and it should fade out, it always sounds good then. And then you can put a bass and treble on it, which also sounds good. But I'm just gonna leave it as it is. And guys, I'm Squid, and I'm out. Peace. I'm kind of stupid. Peace.